Hello everyone, my name is Mike Glenn Jr. I'm coming to you today on June 27th. Today is going to be a first series of many videos that I'm going to do to try to be as transparent and give you a little bit of me and help you learn who I am, and maybe you all can help me learn who you are. So I have a friend of mine that's going to ask me some questions today, and I'm going to try to answer them. Hopefully, if you all have some questions that you want to submit in the future, then you can send me your questions, and I'll make sure I submit them, and I'll try to answer them as much as possible.
Alright then. Do you think today's music has an impact on the way young men in America react to violence?
Do I think music today has an impact on the way young men in America react to violence? Yes, I do. I think that music made a huge impact on the civil rights movement, the voting rights movement. It made a huge impact on so many different movements in our time, that music was a catalyst for how the slaves used to work in the field and how they used to keep their rhythm. So music has been very important to us throughout anything that we've dealt with, when we have emotional times, hard times. And I remember when I used to listen to a lot of fast rap music, I used to speed a lot. And it seems like I used to speed, and the result would be I would get a ticket. Thank God I didn't cause an accident. But I remember also when I toned it down and started listening to jazz music, how I was going a little slower, I ain't getting no tickets. And I think that it had a lot to do with my mood. So I definitely think that if they're listening to the wrong music or getting the wrong message, then that encourages them to go out and do things and emulate things, because those are people that people look up to. Musicians, artists who put out our favorite songs, and we follow their life through social media and through media to be able to emulate them. So I think that if they are getting the wrong message, they definitely react to that. And like I told you, I had a result of how I was driving because of certain music I was listening to. So I think that we need to make sure, and if we're going to be artists, successful artists, and going to be making hits, I think it's their responsibility to make sure that they put music out that encourages the community, encourages the youth, and motivates the youth to be able to do better things and try to emulate them more on a positive level than the negativity that sometimes sells more than the positive things. That's just my opinion.
Okay. What does politics and music have in common?
Politics and music have a whole lot in common. Again, like I said before with the previous question, music has played a big role in different movements that we've had throughout our lifetime and before. And music also was very instrumental in how people interpret things or communicate. So we learned just by how much music was important with politics from our previous president's administration, President Barack Obama, by the elaborate concerts and artists and so many people with so many diverse music genres that came through the White House just to perform and showcase their talents. And that shows how important the music is. They say music soothes the savage beast. So maybe music, we can play some music in the United States Congress or some of these state legislatures across America to maybe help get some things done. I know I could think of a few songs that could probably help be able to get some positive and progressive legislation done. That's my opinion again.
What's your favorite song from the 90s?
Favorite song from the 90s? It would probably have to be Notorious Big, Biggie, Give Me One More Chance. Man, I was such a huge Notorious Big fan. I was a big Tupac fan too. All eyes on me. But I was a huge Notorious Big fan, and that was one of my favorite songs. I couldn't wait till the video came out. And so I'm asking for you to give me a chance to show you who I am. But I did like that song, Big Give Me One More Chance. Great.
Okay. What was your favorite artist then and now?
My favorite artist then would probably be a tie between Biggie Smalls and Tupac. If we want to go into R&B, R&B, old school is Frankie Beverly and Maze, of course. Today, I'm not sure who I want to go with today. I think Bryson Tiller. I think I like Bryson Tiller. I like Trey Songz. I like Janae. Okay, I don't want to say I said it wrong. There's a lot of different music. I really don't have a favorite artist anymore. I like Kendrick Lamar a lot, man. Kendrick Lamar is very, very smart. I think he puts out great music, very relevant music to current event. Kendrick Lamar is definitely one of my favorite artists today.
Which artist influenced you the most as a kid?
Which artist influenced me the most as a kid? Probably that's a good question. I mean, Biggie, you know, he influenced me a lot, but I think because we were in church so much, we listened to a lot of gospel music, so I was influenced by a lot of music. I like Prince, Michael Jackson, of course. I mean, so if we want to go into really technical, I think we want to go, that's Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson has influenced me a lot. I remember my mom going to the Bad tour back in the day and them bringing the t-shirts home to me and my sister, and we was like, and she even had a real photo of Michael Jackson when he was on stage. And I was like, I was going to an elementary school where nobody else went to that concert, nobody else there. So I couldn't wait for the next day in the cafeteria to wear my Bad t-shirt tour. Like, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you went. It's like, yeah, I was there, yeah. But Michael Jackson definitely had a huge influence on me from a musical perspective. I used to love Michael Jackson because he was so talented and he just did the best dances. Although I don't have any rhythm, yeah, it was good.
Has music today changed the world from when you were younger?
I don't think that music has changed the world. I think music has influenced a lot of the things that we're doing today, because you can take example of 2 Chainz's recent album release of Pretty Girls Like Trap Music. You saw now in Atlanta, so many people are running up there to take a picture outside of their house. So that music right there influenced people's behavior today. That specific album has motivated people to go and take pictures outside of a pink house. So I think music has definitely influenced a lot of things from the past. Music was part of the reason why people used to keep going, when people used to make great songs like Teddy Pendergrass and Marvin Gaye and Curtis Mayfield and Billie Holiday and countless other people that made so much great music that meant so much towards motivating people. So I definitely think music has had a huge influence on the past, and it definitely has a huge influence on the future nowadays, because a lot of kids are just experimenting with drugs, and now we're singing songs that are basically drugs, and it's making people want to experiment with those things, which is not good. But it is definitely influencing the culture of today and how people react.
During the entire Black Lives Matter era, which artist you felt like stepped in and made an impact or gave a good message?
Kendrick Lamar. I think he was definitely very, very active. And again, like he speaks with relative and current events. Kanye West at one point too as well. He was very active in speaking on things that was happening with the movement, and But I think a lot of artists contributed to, you know, being given it that platform, helping to give it that platform to be able to be and grow into what it grew into. But I definitely think Kendrick Lamar did a lot with that.
During a romantic moment, what song or artist would be your choice?
Old school, it would probably be between Hometown, Jagged Edge. New school, it would probably be somewhere in between Bryson Tiller, Trey Songz, or Janae Aelko, or whatever. You know, I'm saying it wrong. I like her a lot. And Jennifer Hudson, I like a lot of Jennifer Hudson. Fantasia. So I like a lot of different music, but I like more of the mellow type music. Rick Ross is one of my favorites as well too. I don't want to leave out Rick Ross. Rick Ross is definitely one of my favorite artists today. I think he speaks with a lot of maturity. Some of his subjects we'll get to, but for the most part, I like Rick Ross.
Okay, and your last question. What was your favorite summertime hit or favorite artist also?
Favorite summertime hit would have to be that family reunion song. Anytime you hear that family reunion song, it makes you want to barbecue and get you one of them red cups, make you want to barbecue and hang out with family, and anything that's surrounded by family, I love it. I think it's good. So I think that those type of songs, again, that song makes you think of family. So I like songs like that have that type of influence over me. And with that, I hope that gave you a little bit of insight about me. Give me your feedback on the video. Hopefully we're going to keep this going, and we're going to have different series. But today was a conversation with Mike about music and politics. Signing out. Thank you. God bless you.